What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at Matt Hardy's contractual situation with WWE. WWE cancelled a huge match at Elimination Chamber, Moxley half concussing himself at AEW Revolution, and a possible reason behind his win, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. But let's waste no further time and get straight into the first story, as Matt Hardy is officially a free agent. As of 2nd March, Matt Hardy's contract expired with WWE and announced he is officially a free agent on his latest Thoughts from the Throne episode. Matt has not confirmed whether he will sign with the AEW, Impact Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, or re-sign with the WWE, but more and more hints that he is the Exalted One are starting to appear. Reddit user Ian Was Not Here posted a possible Easter egg in the latest Join the Dark Order video where they seem to have referenced Matt Hardy. He wrote, in the Join the Dark Order video on the AEW YouTube page, at 1 minute 1 second, a woman is wearing a bra that has various numbers on the bottom portion. In the center, you have 32/20. In the Thoughts from the Throne 26 episode at 5 minutes 32 seconds, Matt Hardy mentions having 3220 be a day of remembrance for his essence Zenith. Zenith has been with Matt since he became broken. A very nice find. Do you think Matt will sign with AEW? On a related note, former Wyatt family member Luke Harper should be available to wrestle wherever he wants as soon as his non-compete clause is over, which is supposed to be 13th March. Again, could we also see him in AEW? Next up, WWE cancelled a huge Elimination Chamber match. The Elimination Chamber pay-per-view is this week and only 3 matches have been confirmed. The Women's Chamber match for a shot at the Raw Women's title at Mania, a 3-on-1 handicap match for the Intercontinental Championship, and a Tag Team Chamber match for the SmackDown Tag titles. Now that's 2 Elimination Chamber matches, but there was supposed to be a third one to determine the number 1 contender to the Universal title, however that's been scrapped. The Wells Fargo Arena website advertised a men's chamber match that involved Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke Nakamura, King Corbin and Robert Roode, but scrapped the match after plans changed and Vince wanted to put the title on Goldberg, and they already announced the match between Goldberg and Roman Reigns at Mania on SmackDown. Originally, The Fiend was supposed to keep the title and make a strong showing heading into Mania, where he would have faced Reigns, who would have won the opportunity to face The Fiend in the chamber match. Were you guys looking forward to this match? Was it all too obvious that Reigns was going to win it? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Jon Moxley half concussed himself during his match at AEW Revolution. Moxley had a heartfelt talk with the fans at Revolution after he defeated Chris Jericho, thanking the fans for driving AEW with their energy. With Moxley as champion, AEW has a number of new matches ranging from a rematch with Jericho to the many talented stars on AEW's roster. Moxley has already offered Cody Rhodes a title shot despite the stipulation preventing Rhodes from ever challenging for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship again. During the press conference, Moxley noted that he'd half concussed himself during the match where Jericho threw his head into a steel post. Moxley was also busted open during the match, but in hindsight, it was all worth it. He spoke of the incredible feeling of winning a world championship. That feeling of satisfaction of a piece of work, that artistic satisfaction, 8 weeks of beginning to end, that piece of work. It's like popping fucking bubble wrap, it's so satisfying. It's why we do this, to be standing there in that arena full of 6,000 people who are just so happy and they've been on the ride and been on the journey. It's like a painting I can hang on my wall and I can always look at. Moxley's program with Jericho was well executed and must be a breath of fresh air after the stifling lack of creativity he has mentioned experiencing during the latter part of his WWE career. But why did the title change hands? As putting the championship on Moxley might have been related to Fozzy's touring schedule, as Jericho will be taking a brief hiatus from April through May, and AEW most likely had to get the championship off him before the tour. But whilst we're on the subject of that title match, Renee Young was backstage at AEW Revolution. Now in case you're wondering, Jon Moxley's wife Renee Young was backstage at Revolution. The WWE announcer congratulated her husband via Instagram, posting a picture of Moxley hoisting the AEW Championship over his head, with Young writing "Champ." Next up, Fox advertising big for SmackDown. One of the benefits of the WWE selling the rights to air SmackDown on Fox, besides a hefty contract, is Fox's willingness and capacity to heavily advertise the Blue brand on their various television shows, including its sports programming. Fightful Select is reporting that Fox has stepped up their advertising even more. Fox/WWE advertising during particular broadcasts was higher than normal last week. Not really shocking that they're doing this, with hoping to get more eyes this Friday because of Cena appearing. Some Fox affiliates were sent memos stating ad changes. SmackDown has been enjoying some wins in terms of attracting the critical age 18 to 49 demographic, despite not winning the Friday night ratings battle in terms of overall viewers. There's been a surprising lack of news regarding how Fox feels about SmackDown's overall performance, but the network's efforts to promote the show suggest they're still looking to make it a big success. Next up, a quick RAW preview. With Wrestlemania 36 less than 5 weeks away and Elimination Chamber fast approaching, the WWE is loading up RAW as seen by the announcements concerning the 2nd March show. According to the WWE, Edge's wife Beth Phoenix will be on hand to update fans on her husband's medical condition, and as we noted in an earlier news video, they may set up Beth Phoenix and Natalya versus the Kabuki Warriors for WrestleMania. In addition, Riddick Moss will defend his 24/7 championship, opponent unknown at this point, while Seth Rollins and Murphy will defend the Raw Tag Team Championship against the Street Profits in a now or never match, which presumably means this is the last chance Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford have. Next up, Jericho trolls Goldberg. Wondering what Chris Jericho thinks of Bill Goldberg's recent Universal Championship win? Let's see for ourselves, as the former Le Champion recently tweeted, "Congrats to my bro Goldberg for becoming the WWE Champion once again. Some don't get it, but those who understand this business understand that Bill equals money. Who's next?" Now, Jericho and Goldberg haven't been the best of friends backstage, as the two even had a real fight backstage in WCW. Now, they may patch things up, but this seems like such a sarcastic tweet from Jericho. Next up, the original plan for Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 35. When Kurt Angle returned to the WWE, he discovered he had a storyline son, one Jason Jordan. The WWE began a storyline that was abruptly ended when Jordan suffered a neck injury that has kept him out of action ever since. However, what was the WWE planning on doing with the storyline between Angle and Jordan? During an appearance on the Table Talk with Devon and Mo podcast, the WWE's Olympic hero speculated,
"But what I believe was Jason was probably going to continue on to being my son. He was going to start being a pain in the ass to me. I probably would have hired him as my assistant GM. You know, he would have started making decisions for me, and it would cause a lot of animosity, and then him and I would have wrestled at WrestleMania instead of Baron Corbin."
Angle noted he wouldn't have wrestled much as the WWE wanted to protect him, and that their match would have been one and done. Angle noted Baron Corbin replaced Jordan as his WrestleMania opponent, and Kurt praised Corbin's abilities and work ethic. Next up, a Second City Saint signs with AEW. One of the Second City Saints of CM Punk and Colt Cabana revealed they've signed with AEW, and while it's not CM Punk, fans may find themselves enjoying Colt Cabana's work. He tweeted, "I've signed with AEW Wrestling. I've had different goals and ideas throughout my career in wrestling. Right now, to be involved on a national television show and product with my friends and equals, it's all I can ask for. This will be fun." Cabana, real name Scott Colton, has been wrestling since 2002 and has worked in a variety of promotions including Ring of Honor, Chikara, the National Wrestling Alliance, and the WWE. Given the volatile breakup of his friendship with CM Punk, we'll have to see if Punk makes any snarky tweets as he's been known to do. Next up, Ric Flair talks a big match for daughter Charlotte. Nature Boy Ric Flair may be out of the ring, but he's still in the spotlight, sharing his thoughts not only on his career, but that of his famous daughter Charlotte. Recently, Nature Boy spoke with TMZ Sports about the WWE citing The Rock's daughter Simone Johnson and the possibility of a future match between the two in the WWE. "I'm sure it's crossed their mind. They can see it down the road. It would be phenomenal. I haven't seen her wrestle yet, so it's hard to predict. She's got his genetics and she's got determination. I know that she's been dying to do this." With any luck, the WWE won't rush Simone into the ring or repeat the mistake they made with her dad, over pushing her. And finally, is AEW bringing back the WarGames match? Fans of the Jim Crockett Promotions and WCW cage match WarGames will get to see a kinda sorta version at AEW's upcoming Blood and Guts special edition of AEW Dynamite on 25th March. Although the WWE owns the rights to the name WarGames, it appears that AEW can still use their own variation on the match. Dave Meltzer recently commented on the Wrestling Observer Radio that it's going to be the traditional version of WarGames that Dusty Rhodes created instead of the revamped version without the top of the cage, so people could jump off the top, which was revised by Triple H, feeling that for the modern guys having the top of the cage hindered them. Cody Rhodes obtained the rights to the name The Match Beyond, which you may recall was the component of WarGames that saw all participants in the cage battling to see which member of their opponent's team would submit or get knocked out. This match sounds like a great setup for any of AEW's many factions, ranging from the Elite to the Inner Circle to the Dark Order. But there you have it guys, the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.